Thank you, Sharon. Good morning, everybody. I'm Gail. I'm the pastor here at Jackson Community Church. Announcements and then passing of the peace. Announcement for this morning. One of the things that the survey told us that we got back was that people really do want ways to be sure they know each other's names, because sometimes we have visitors, sometimes we have people that are seasonal, people that come to the 8 o'clock versus the 10:30. And so just to be sure we know each other's names, Bob Carper is modeling for us the lovely new name tags that Joanne put out. They're in a cardboard box. I'm hoping that most of the people that are friends of the church are now in that box. I'm sure, you guys may or may not be in there yet because she's cottoning on to that you're our friends. And we don't have name tags for visitors, so we're just getting this worked out. So I'm not asking you all to jump up and go put on a name tag today, but starting next week, let's try to have a habit as you come in, whether you come in from the front or the back, go find your name and put it on, because that way people who are new to us will know who you are. And then if you ask them their name, they'll feel like they're on equal footing. Yes, Meg?
One of the common problems before was you put on your name tag and you came in and then go home and have it.
Well, that's true.
So maybe, besides putting it back out in the narthex,
Uh-huh.
perhaps we could have some kind of a basket for the people who forget to go to coffee hour, a place to leave it on the way out
All right, good plan.
last minute. And it shouldn't be too hard for us to put it back.
We are a troubleshooting church. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm one of the people. I have to hand things away to somebody else or I walk away with stuff. So that's just, we're going to get up and rolling with that. So you're not on the spot to put your name tag on today. But if you check that box and you don't see your name, let me know so that we can add you. I don't know that we have any other particular announcements for the life of the church. The council's going to get together August 14th, and we're getting together early. We're having a pizza dinner because it's a working dinner as we go through what we learned from the survey, and we start trying to identify some potential action items that the church can address. Most of them are simple ones. We're going to start with low-hanging fruit, things that we can easily do in the next few months, we hope. One of them was name tags, so there you go. Joanne's already all over that one. But anyway, so if you're on council, August 14th, here, dinner party. I don't have any other announcements for the life of the church. Does anyone else have any announcements for the life of the church? Can you all hear me also? I'm just checking. A little louder? Okay, a little closer. All right. Then I invite all of you to make yourselves known to somebody that you don't recognize here in the church. Turn around, please, pass the peace. All right, I'm going to suggest that everybody return to your pews. If you are interested in, having further conversation, our wonderful chef Susie has brought delicious tidbits for after church. And so we encourage you to come to hospitality if you can linger and you want to hang out and talk a little bit. We understand some people have busy days and it's also hot, so whatever you need to do is good, but if you want to hang out, good food at the end of the service and a lovely way to get to know each other more. With that, I invite us now to center ourselves, and so please place your feet on the floor. Open your hands, open your hearts and your minds to the gifts that come from gathering as we listen to a moment of music with Sharon. If you are following along live stream, you should be able to find the images for the bulletin on both Facebook and on the church website, jxncc.org. If you're here in the sanctuary, we invite you to open your bulletin as we begin with a call to worship. Today's is super short and simple. Come, let us love the Lord our God. And then if you will rise, we are going to give it another whirl with the garden song. It's our theme song for the summer. We put it aside for a couple weeks, but we're back. Does everybody have an insert for it? Okay.
Inch row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a hoe and a whole piece of ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. Someone warn them from the old till the plant comes tumbling down. Weed and pickings, and weeds and picking stars. A man is made from dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is just at hand. Hard rain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Turn my body and my brain to the music from the night. Go by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warn them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. The rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. while watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as a feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the thing comes tumbling down.
I think it worked well. It made a difference, actually, Sharon. Thank you. We're always a work in progress, no question. So we begin today in our prayers with those that you bring to this community. Of course, we start with those that we have added over the course of the week. For those that don't know, on the back of the bulletin, there's a list of names, and it's pretty extensive, but we do ask that you will take these names and that you will keep them in your prayers, and then we add additional prayers to the ones that we've printed. We begin with prayers of concern, and we move to prayers of celebration and gratitude. And so I want to bring to you a couple of prayers. First of all, although she's italicized already here, Jerry Tilton was a longtime pastor in this valley. She was a lay pastor. She was active at Bartlett, and then she was on staff at First Church in North Conway for quite a while. And then she was very faithfully working on the Committee on Ministry for our association and leading that, and serving as the pastor for the Gorham Church because they couldn't find anybody. And she did this though she was in her 80s and knowing that she had 2 aneurysms in her head that might go at any time. So she was very content that her life might end, but she was okay with where she was. And yet it was neither of those structural things that took her. It was actually a tumor in her lungs this week. But she lived a full life right up until the day or two before she died. She went into the emergency room with difficulty breathing, and they immediately put her on hospice when they found the tumor, and she slipped away within a few days. But what I can tell you is that my colleague Walt, who is the new full-time pastor over at First Church, was very deeply moved when he went to sit with her at the hospital. I think all of us in this profession of ministry, we attend death very often, and Walt, like I, was trained as a hospice chaplain first, so he has attended his share of death, and yet there will be a handful of people that we will meet who will become our teachers, even at the end of life. And Jerry was one of those teachers for Walt. She changed something for him about what it means to attend death. And so Jerry will be missed and yet also revered. And of course, Barry Brodel.
I just wanted to add for Jerry that when I first came here 35 to 40 years ago, Jerry and her husband Dick Tilton were loyal members of the choir. They were deacons here. They actually rented the parsonage over in Bartlett for many years. And when we changed pastors, they moved to be loyal to the Bartlett Church for a long time. So they've been around Valley forever. Jerry was the secretary for many, many years at the Bartlett School. You know, the face of the school is the family
Yeah.
and stuff. So she has a long history all over the place.
Yeah.
She was one of the first people I got to know when I moved to the valley
Yeah.
in 1994. Like, what subbed at the school, and I called from Jerry King.
Bartlett families often would ask her to be the person that would preside at funerals or weddings because they knew her. Much loved. I also want to acknowledge that we did receive, and I did share with the church by email, the news that Jan Brodel's husband died quite suddenly.